Alright guys, as always, giveaways at the end of the video from boostedshades.com. This video we're giving away a pair of OG black bamboo polarized shades, so stick around to see how to win.
What's up guys, welcome to yet another Datsun build video. In the past we fitted the turbo to the motor to make sure it was going to fit outside the car. Today we're bolting it in its final place. This is where it's going to be when it runs. We're also installing an external wastegate because we welded the internal one shut.
In addition to that, we're going to bolt in the seats so that when we get the roll bar in, we can make sure that all the fitment's all good, as well as mounting the battery in the back there and running the positive wire all the way up to the front.
Yeah, like we said in the past, we moved the wiring harness to the non-exhaust side so it doesn't melt. That includes the positive terminal for the battery, so it needs to make it from the trunk all the way up and into the engine bay. And for that we got a ridiculously long battery cable, so we need to make sure that it all fits perfect.
Alright, let's get started. Alright, so right now we're setting up the oil fitments on the turbo. And in order to do that, we had to take off the compressor housing to get access to it. So now that we've got this on here, it's fitted in the right direction. If it was going this way, it'd be facing the engine. So we needed it going this way. We can access this one, no problem.
Okay, that was actually the easy part, obviously you saw it. For those of you who don't know anything about HOLSET turbos, they have the most ridiculous snap ring, and that's the method that they use to hold the compressor housing on. And we don't have giant snap ring pliers, so this is actually, it took us like a solid 20 minutes to get the thing off. We have no idea how it's going to be putting it back on.
Super fun.
It can't be done with regular snap ring pliers.
Nope.
So
it's
we
too
have
far expanded.
We have to go out and try to find some giant ones. Before we run out and fix that snap ring situation, we can bolt the exhaust to the block itself, and we can put this external wastegate on. It's a 38 millimeter. They use these little valve seats, and that goes on here like that, and that prevents any sort of exhaust leakage. This is just a tubable thing. It takes like 2 seconds. Okay, so you see how there's a gap here. This wastegate's spring loaded. They all are. The rate of the spring kind of determines how much boost pressure you have here. And we have, I think it comes stock with a 12-pound spring, but this is a valve seat, and what happens is when you tighten this down, it recedes into here and prevents any exhaust from leaking out of that before it's intended to open. Okay, so vacuum pressure pulls this open, and instead of gases spooling up your turbo, they come out right here.
Ta-da!
That's how a wastegate do.
How we gonna celebrate? Inspirational music.
Yeah, the worst thing about these CHATA manifolds is they don't fit, they break. All the tolerances are crap. The hardware they give you is garbage.
The hardware they gave us was way too long. And this bolt, like, can't go into here.
But it's cheap. It is cheap.
Yeah, it'll do the job for now.
And every time you're building a car with a motor in it that's different from the one that came with it,
shit doesn't fit.
Well, yeah, but like it's better to spend the money on something cheap, and then if it does work, just get the new one modeled off of that.
Wouldn't want to have custom headers built just to find out it's all going to be garbage.
That's true, yeah. Just got back from the store.
Spent $60 on the biggest, baddest snap ring pliers they had, so hopefully it'll be easy this time.
Okay, the turbo's back on. We just gotta bolt it down. It's actually easier said than done because there's no room to do anything.
Yep.
We had to flip our wastegate over because the oil drain would go literally right through it, so it's now dumping at the bottom until we can find a better solution for that.
Why do we have the car so high for this?
Is this still on jack stands?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like working on a truck.
We're putting a truck turbo in it, so I guess that's
Yeah, it's true.
acceptable.
It's a Dodge Cummins turbo. Is that any easier?
Not really. See, it might be on there. But now I'm gonna let go of it.
It's gonna almost go down your throat.
And it's gonna fall on my face and almost go down my throat again. Fuck.
You don't know what way it goes, do you? Because you're dyslexic.
Not because I'm dyslexic, because this all goes different directions.
I don't know, man. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, that shit's universal.
Yeah, until you're doing things backwards and upside down.
It's on finally, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
It's on there. Let's hope it doesn't explode.
We're putting a lot of faith in this CHATA Manifold to not just fall apart and the turbo goes flying down the road, but I think we'll be okay for at least a little while. At least for start purposes.
Yeah, it'll work initially.
Okay, so the oil in and the oil out. I know you can't see the oil out, but it's just way too short. So we're gonna have to get a new, a longer one of those. And this one will work, but it's gonna look really freaking stupid. So we're gonna get a longer one so we can go around and on there. This one's just a little bit too short, but it'll work how it is. And the one on the bottom doesn't work at all. But that's all we really need to do with the turbo. You know, there's intercooler piping and everything we got to install, but this is like ready to go, so one less thing we got to worry about. Oil out ports right here, and there's just no way. And it's like touching the header and everything like that, so we'll get a longer one with a little bit more clearance. Okay, so we're getting ready to put in the R100s, and there's two steps to this. First, we got to attach the sliders to the bottom of the seats, and then there's a universal bracket that goes on those, which get bolted to the factory locations in the car. So it's easiest to install the adapter plate first, and then put the seats on after that.
Cool. They're in here.
One's in
And they're
there.
comfy. One's in here. There'd be no point filling it with seats when we need to take them out.
Yeah, we put this one in here just because we got the roll bar coming and we need to know where the seat goes. Make sure we have enough room for it to be in a good driver position. So this one's in here for fitment.
Yeah, should get that roll bar tomorrow. See how it fits.
Tomorrow's Thursday, Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Didn't you say we're getting on Friday?
Oh, Thursday.
Thursday.
We'll get that in 2 days.
The next thing we're gonna do is bolt down the battery box and run the cable to go all the way through right where those red and green wires are. That's where our new harness is gonna go. Well, the old harness just in a new spot. And then in addition to that, our ground's gonna go right under here, and there's clear access to the frame rails, so we'll clean off that. So if we ground this to the frame and ground the engine to the frame, that'll work fine, but the positive cable still has to go all the way up there. So if anyone needs an extra long battery cable, Napa sells it by the foot, kind of like fuel line, so you just tell them how many feet you need. I don't know how much we got, a lot, more than enough.
I think 12 or 14, but you can always cut it shorter. You can't make it longer.
It's true. I mean, you could do some sketchy shit with wiring, but you want to avoid doing that. So the Datsun has like a bunch of these little holes everywhere, and it's making it really easy to kind of run it like through the rear quarter panel, and then there's more holes in this side port here. So we could do this without having to like cover anything in carpet. It can like run inside the body of the car like the rest of the wires that were back here were intended to do. Then along the floor is some stock wire holder. Alright guys, it's going to wrap it up for this one. We put the turbo on, which actually took like a lot longer than it probably even looked in the video, just because with different parts of the car that were never intended to be on it, you know, like a giant turbo or that Chinese manifold, bolts don't always line up, they're not always the right length, so there's a lot of, you know,
to and from the hardware store many times, a lot of trying to figure out how it's actually going to work together.
But we got that done. Like we said, we know we fitted it in the past, but now it's actually bolted on and ready to go. We got the positive cable up through here and the battery secured down. Unfortunately, at this point, there's really not much left for us to do because we can't finish the fuel system without the manifolds, and we can't do the interior with the dashboard included until we have that roll bar. So we can't finish wiring, we can't finish the fuel system. So right now, this is where we have to cut it off. We should be getting everything we need in tomorrow, the next day, and we'll be ready to go from there. For those of you who watch our videos every week, or people who are new here, we give away products from boostedshades.com every single video. Devin's gonna go ahead and pick this video's winner.
All right, this week's winner is Cody Boyd.
Okay, Cody Boyd, you won yourself a pair of boosted polarized carbon fiber shades. Contact us at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media accounts, and we will ship you your prize. To win the video's giveaways, all you have to do is leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment a question that we have for you guys at the end of the videos.
This video's question is, what is your least favorite thing that people do to their cars? We know there's a lot out there, so It should be interesting.
We usually ask what's your favorite mod. Well, this week, what's the least favorable thing you think somebody can do to their car? Leave that in the comments, like the video, and subscribe, and you are eligible to win this video's giveaway.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.